Good morning. I woke up a little bit later this morning, so I'm kind of rushing, but I can't stop listening to the Rachael Kirkconnell Call Her Daddy podcast. It's like insane. I have about 40 minutes left of the podcast, but honestly, just after like listening to it all, I genuinely feel like they were probably in a toxic relationship, and she was a little bit blindsided by that. A lot of it. They were definitely not in a healthy relationship. And unfortunately, I feel like this is such a universal experience from women. I think the most relatable part of her story so far has been her talking about constantly being the one to apologize. I've definitely been in a relationship like that. Like, no matter whose fault the issue's on, you just want to apologize because you just like want to get it over with. That's so sad because that genuinely does tear down a woman's self-esteem more than I think like what you realize while you're in the relationship. Looking back on it, and obviously not being in a relationship like that anymore, that's probably why I felt so insecure. Honestly, I don't blame her. Like, that is such an easy habit to fall into. I think a lot of people on TikTok honestly criticizing her, saying that she should have saw it coming, and I just feel like that's ridiculous. Like, I don't know how people say that about other women, because at the end of the day, that's her first relationship, and you wouldn't know that until you just sat down for a second and stopped making videos about it until you listened to her story. And two, we don't know how manipulative the relationship actually was. So I can't believe I'm even seeing other women say that on social media. Of course, were there red flags, like him not living with her, get back together kind of thing? Of course. But I think we're really lying to ourselves if we're pretending like we knew that before we went through it. Like, this was her first relationship and it was just really public. So I feel like people giving her judgment are like really out of touch. I don't know, those are just my random 5:30 a.m. thoughts, the whole situation. But I hope you guys have a good Wednesday.